Hey everybody, happy Sunday. Welcome back to Crituitous RP and the Half-Right Heroes. I'm Eugenio. I use he, him pronouns. I am also known as your friendly neighborhood dungeon master DM Jazzy Hands, and I am happy to have you all back with us this week for the next installment of our thrilling story about Taslan getting shot by various sub-races of elves. Let's go around and tell everybody who we are and who we're going to be playing this week. Let's start with Carl.
Hi, I'm Carl, and I'm playing Lafcadio Whitehorn, the Tabaxi Warlock.
Fantastic, Vinny.
I'm Vinny. I'm playing Kale Irvine, the half-elven knowledge cleric of Denier. Additional titles forthcoming.
Excellent. Speaking of additional titles, Casey.
Casey! Playing Champion of Timora, Impaler of Planeshackler, Big Fire Chicken, She would fight the Storm, and Eater of Goches, Nos, the boss of Neverwinter.
I'm really happy with the new one. John.
I am John. I am playing Wampum Thunderbelly, your dwarf battle master.
And last, and maybe least, Graham.
Hi, I'm Graham. I play your persnickety necromancer, Taslan, and resident arrow magnet, Boo Boo Kachoo.
Persnickety is my new favorite adjective for Taslan, and you are no longer anywhere near least, because that's perfect. I love it. Okay, who wants to do a recap? Okay, so one's hiding, one's staring, oh, and one's raising his hand. All right, do it, Graham.
All right, well, our heroes first started in Neverwinter a few years back, hiring...
No.
I know. Okay, I used that joke last time. But, so, where we last left off, the group had gone through the forest, through the mountains, up the hills, down the trails, to Spirit Soaring, where all sorts of Shar worshippers were standing near crystals. We ran past them, jumped through the window, ran inside, ran out of the window, got the rest of the group, went through the window, and then opened the doors, stabbed the lady, stole her soul, and then we threw an elf out a window.
I mean, pretty accurate for the most part. Anyone got anything else to add? Open the doors and see all the people. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. You were sent to Spirit Soaring to check out something similar to what you found in Waterdeep. You got Spirit Soaring, something similar but not exactly the same as what was happening in Waterdeep was going on here. Haven't exactly figured out what's happening. There was a lot of Shadar-kai and other creatures, spirit trolls and measles, guarding... like you said, some dark crystals outside. We are just missing the Skeksis. So you sort of took out some of them, ran inside the Cathedral of Spirit Soaring, fought some more Shadar-kai, as you said, trapped one of them, seemingly a priestess or one of the leaders or something, someone who should know some details. Lefcadio soul-caged her after her death. And so she's now in a tiny golden cage, rattling the bars, very upset. And that, I think, is where we find ourselves. Let's jump right in, I think. So there's a couple of bodies. Wampum scared the living, well, not daylight, darkness out of one of the Shadar-kai, who just ran out the window, screaming bloody murder, after Wampum just decimated his friend. So yeah, that's where we are. You've got the body of this priestess on the ground, her soul in a tiny little golden cage. What we doing?
I think I'm going to start dragging the bodies into a side room. Just,
Sure. Yeah.
So Taslan had run out of the room after he got blasted, he's like, chugging a potion.
Was that a nail polish bottle?
No, man. It's a little potion bottle.
Oh, it's a little potion bottle. I didn't see it when it was down. I just saw the bottom of it, and it kind of looked like a nail polish bottle.
Wampum
Don't do it, Taslan.
start carrying pieces out from the other room.
That's exactly what Wampum is doing.
And kind of make a scarecrow on the floor.
Oh, God. A scare elf. That's terrible, and I love it. Yeah, just like lying, like sprawled out on the floor.
Yeah, just put the pieces.
But like a little bit disconnected, right? So it's obvious that he's been dismembered. Great, I love it. Just a little bit of daylight in between the pieces. Okay, how about the rest of you?
Carl, Lefkadius described the soul cage thing before to us, I believe. Okay. So Kev's mostly just interested in that.
You may have gotten the description before, but this is definitely the first time that you've seen him do this. And, like, super cool and maybe a little disturbing.
Just slightly unsettling, but kind of don't give a shit about that person's soul. Fuck 'em. So...
I play the drama outside.
Okay, so what are we asking? We gotta ask some questions. We gotta ask some questions, Lefkadio.
Yeah, so Lefkadio, why don't you real quick, just for our viewers who may not know the Soul Cage spell, because it's a 6th level spell and not everybody has characters that high level, let us know what the options are for what you can do with this soul. Oh, did you put it in?
I'm trying. Oh, there it is. Okay. I just had to scroll, is all.
Okay, there you go.
All right, so snatches the soul of a humanoid who just dies as a reaction. I have the option to steal life, which is to get some hit points from that soul. I have the option to query the soul, which is asking the questions that take no actions, and the answers have to be truthful and to the best of the soul's ability. Eyes of the Dead, I can scry on a location where this creature has been previously. And borrow experience. I can give myself advantage on a roll. So I could do that up to 6 times. Any of these things in any combination, just as long as I don't exceed 6.
Right.
For a period of 8 hours.
Right. So it seems like we want to start off with at least a few questions. So you all can discuss what will be asked first. Lefkadio, obviously, you'll be the one that has to actually do the asking. But
I know we chatted in Discord about what we might ask. Did anyone have anything to add to what we already chatted? Because if not, then I'll just go with those.
I thought those were smart. Not only were they smart, but we didn't use all of them, so you could still pull off some of the tricks.
Yeah, because I only have 3 hit points. Okay. So I will raise this cage up to my eye, looking at this furious trapped soul.
she's clearly shouting, but at the moment, because you haven't queried her, you can't actually hear anything, but she's clearly yelling all kinds of terrible things at you, probably in some version of Elven, some Shadar-kai variant of Elven.
All right. So I'll you better behave. All right. I'm going to use one of my queries and say, ma'am?
She folds her arms.
What are the primary goals of your mission here?
And as if this whole little scenario wasn't unsettling enough with the scare elf in the hallway that you all can, like, you know Wampum's doing something out there. You're in the room, and, like, you just see suddenly, like, a leg, sort of the edge of a leg appear in your vision through the doorway. So, like, something's going on out there. There's a very small version of the body on the floor in this cage. It's all very unsettling. It gets worse. As Lefkadio finishes his question, she very clearly does not want to answer, and she begins to sort of vibrate, and you see her, I mean, it's already her soul, but whatever, the image of her there in the cage sort of begin to split in two, and one face is sort of turning away from Lefkadio, arms crossed, eyes scrunched up, lips pulled tight together, and clearly is straining at the other face, which is coming out the other side and staring directly at Lefkadio. And it's that face that opens its mouth and begins to answer your question, which was, what is the primary objective?
Yeah, the goals of whatever your mission is here.
And so the face finally begins to, you can see it sort of working its mouth for a moment with no sound coming out, and eventually it gains its voice, and the face tells you that let's see. It's only a couple of sentences, and I want to give you as much information as I can. We are here to weaken the opponents of Shar. And in doing so, collect divine power to strengthen her. Yeah, that sounds about right. I was trying to think if there's anything else, but no, that's the answer to your question, so yeah.
So I'll share that with the group. And then I will move right along to my next question. And I'll say, all right, that's fair. What would be the best way to foil those specific aims with respect to what you're doing here right now?
Mm-hmm. And while as she finished answering, the two sort of versions of her snapped back together, and it's again odd because it's a soul, but like it looks like she's sweating almost and sort of shivering a little bit, but she's back into one. And as you finish that question, it happens again. She begins to tear into, and the sort of I don't know, more willing face responds. The crystal in the sanctuary is the primary focus. Destroy it, and no more divinity can be collected here.
I'm gonna walk by, like in the background, and just be like, "That's some messed up magic," and I'm gonna have her corpse in my arm, and I'm gonna deliver her to Wampum.
Perfect.
So I share that.
She snaps back together.
So apparently there's some crystal farther in the church here, and that is the thing that is draining all of the divinity from this temple. So if we were to destroy that crystal, that would be the end of their goals here, or end of their plans here.
All right. Do whatever else you have to do with the spirit.
So I'll say, I appreciate your willingness to participate in this inquiry. I do have a few more questions. There
She sort of sighs because she is obviously exhausted by trying to keep herself from answering.
There are, in addition to that crystal inside the temple, a handful of crystals outside the temple. What would happen if we destroyed any of them?
Destroying the smaller crystals would release the divinity already captured.
So she says that the crystals outside are where they're keeping the divinity that they've already drained. Destroying any of them crystals would release that energy. I don't know if that would be a good thing or a bad thing, or if, proximity to one of these crystals would determine whether or not it was a good thing or a bad thing.
Best we destroy the central one, and then figure out how to put that divinity outside back where it belongs.
But what if destroying some of the ones outside makes the middle one easier to take down? What if it's something like that? You remember how like last time with the crystals, if we hit them, they like destroyed our stuff?
Wait.
I do remember this. It's all coming back to me.
Wait. You all have already done a crystal quest.
Oh, that was all we did.
No. They might have taken the science behind that and then manipulated it to fit their means. It's entirely possible that this is a product directly that came from that.
Yeah, I like that. Let's go with that.
You are very
it's not derivative at all.
You're very attentive and forward-thinking DM,
That's
and you
absolutely right.
did continuity things. So anyway, if the divinity has been captured and it's being held in those crystals, it'd be best to keep them intact until we can control them, and then we can put the divinity back where it belongs instead of destroying the crystals and having them explode and have the divinity just go who knows where.
However, alternatively, if they sense that the central crystal has been destroyed, they may have a means to escape with this divinity, correct?
I don't know about that, but if we were to release whatever energy has been collected already, and this is a temple of Daenerys/Agma, would we necessarily need to control it? Seems like letting it free would be the thing to do. They've only got those 2 crystals directly outside from where we came from, and they only have 2 people guarding it. And those 2 people have lost blood on their own volition trying to heal the crystals. They'd be really easy to take out right now.
Sure, but if we go back outside, then we could be inviting the rest of those groups that we didn't even touch to surround us while we're out there. And I guess, in a sense, we're surrounded from in here, but I feel like inside the building's a more defensible location. And also, I'd really, really, really just like to reconsecrate this temple real quick and maybe cut off the source of the divinity draining area so they don't get any more.
Are you saying this because you really believe it, or are you saying that just because you don't want to go back outside?
It just seems like the best idea to me.
Okay. All right.
All right. I think I've got the information that would be useful from this very willing participant. If everyone agrees that we have the necessary information, I'm ready to set her free. You guys don't know what that means, but
Lefcadio, perhaps we should keep one. How long does your spell last?
Vaguely ominous.
For a while.
Perhaps we should keep one use in case anything in our path stops us from getting to this crystal.
All right. Well, I can't see the harm in that. We're going to release whether or not we're immediately successful or it takes us a little bit longer, it's not really in the grand scheme of things too tormenty for her. So I'm gonna drain some life. I'm not saying that out loud. I'm narrating what I'm doing.
Okay, she is significantly less confused then.
Guys, come out here. Come on,
right.
come on.
Does anyone need a potion?
Oh, forget the potion. Come on.
Okay, I'm on my way. Ring of invisibility.
Yes, I hurry out because I think something's happening. And then,
Yeah, I come into the room invisible.
Oh, Carl, those rolls.
Look!
Oh, those rolls.
Elf art.
So I will say that as you, so you ring of invisibility and Wampum's calling you all out. As Lefcadio, anybody who's left in the room watching, as Lefcadio begins to drain the life from this soul, she, again, soundless, because she's not being queried, but she just sort of is clearly shrieking, and it's a bit like Raiders of the Lost Ark. Like she's just she's not melting, but she's like sinking in. She's aging. Do it again for us. I'll take a little screenshot. Wait, do it again, Vinny.
A lot.
Oh, don't do it again. Don't hurt
It's
yourself.
going to be casted podcast, whatever the fuck.
Oh, that's
on
you.
YouTube.
Podcast? It's not going to help the visual. Yeah, she's just aging, and her hair is turning white, yes, Shadowkai, not Drow, and just sort of sinking in on herself, and her little form like falls to its knees when Lefcadio is done.
So what am I looking at, Wampum?
Look, guys, look! Evil elf art.
Okay.
I think I just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
I watched Lefcadio essentially eat a person's soul. And then I walk out, and then I see what Wampum has done. I'm just going to look at Kale, and there's going to be this look of horror on my face. Like I've aged 10 years instantly.
Okay, Wampum, first off, you. Second off, calm down. There's still people left in here.
I know.
Second, don't.
I'm
And
going
please.
to be able to make a big old tapestry of art.
All right.
Well, with that, does anyone need a potion? I'll hand one to Nos. You look like you need one.
Is this your last one?
No, I have 4 more.
Drink it.
It is a greater healing potion.
Okay. Thank you.
Wampum, take inspiration for your shadow elf art, and if you manage to complete a mural, you can have another one.
Kill tap left cardio with the staff of healing one more time, and I'll expend the final charge from it and hope it doesn't like explode or whatever happens when I do that.
Ruh-roh.
Let me double check.
I don't remember if the staff feeling does that or not.
Oh, it might vanish. But let me do the heal first. 1d8 plus 5. I rolled a 1. So
Oh my god, Lefkadia.
you're 6 health. There you go. Hard for me to hold.
I'm glad you used the final charge for that.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't explode. I'm not going to roll that die again. I rolled a 19. All right,
Okay.
we good.
Safe. It's a 1, right? Not a 20.
Correct.
Okay. Not that it actually, not how probability works. It's not like a 19 was closer to a 20.
You know, far be it for me to judge macabre art, but I think we have bigger things to handle right now.
Yep.
Lefkadio, how are you feeling?
I've had better days. I mean, in addition to the wounds I've suffered, I also am quite tired. I mean, it's not so bad that I can't press on. However, I do feel like I am somewhat limited in things that I could do.
Well, let me fix that. And here, have a potion that I so generously purchased for all of you.
I'll take that.
And
Generously purchased 2,000 gold worth of blood money. So where else? What else? What else, everybody? What's DM? What else is happening? Where do we go now?
Is that how this is gonna work?
well, there was an upstairs.
I would like.
There were stairs, and there's stairs going up, and we had stopped at the end of the hallway because that was the only door I opened, and I was like, "Oh, time to tell them what's going on."
Before we go, can I just bop into that prayer room for a second and totally destroy the altar to Shar?
Oh yeah, I want to help do that if it's not gonna take long.
Yeah, let's all get in on this.
Yeah.
Come on.
We'll like get around
For
it.
building
and start kicking
exercise. Yeah.
It's like that scene. Oh my god. This is
Get
both the deep cut and maybe the gayest thing I've ever said on this stream. It's like that scene in Center Stage where they're cleaning the mirrors, except you're destroying Shar's altar.
Yeah. Or my mind immediately went to Office Space.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Yeah.
Yep. Excellent. Yes. So just absolutely destroying it. It's effective or not, it feels good.
Feels good to win.
It's like that. The ancient Japanese art of katana making, where there are four men standing around the anvil and they're all going at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Well, I suppose I will walk upstairs and tell you what's going on.
Sounds great. You are invisible. Sounds like a really good idea. Can Edra get up the stairs?
I don't know, but I will say she can't get up those stairs. But I will say, like, there are other ways that you could probably, if you wanted to search, like, there are probably other ways to get Edra into the sanctuary if you really wanted to.
She is wearing horseshoes of a zephyr, so she does hover 4 inches above the ground. I don't know if that makes a difference in your mind.
I'm actually more concerned about the width and height of the passageway over there.
Would probably make it worse then. Yeah.
Wampum, before I go up there, do you still have that potion of enlarge that I got you? Now, hear me out. I'm assuming this crystal is very large. Pop that baby and smash away. It's open for critiques.
That's not what I thought you were gonna say.
Let's just, how about just go up the stairs and find out what's going on?
I'm already up the stairs.
All right.
I just for the folks at home, Lefkadio has used the second wind got a healing from the Staff of Healing, drank a great potion of healing, and was one other thing. Right, I drained the soul twice.
Right.
And
where are you now, Lefcadio?
44 hit points. So I'm at 40% of my max about.
Oh,
Wampum just reaches into his pack as we're walking towards the steps. He, puts a potion towards Lefcardio's chest. Drink this. It's a superior healing potion.
Ooh. I swear to God, if you regain 12 hit points from this thing, or no, what is it, 8d4 plus 8? Is that superior?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you regain 16 hit points from this.
8d4 plus 8.
That's the one. Okay. There's some 1s, but there's some 3s and 4s too. Just more than 16.
Thanks, Wampum.
Daytime.
If anyone would like to track the thrilling saga of Lefcadio's hit points, again, with the D&D Beyond interactive overlay on our Twitch. Really good. I love it. Okay, so, with another potion, big boy potion, Lefcadio seems 70% of full health. And you all are heading for... Is everyone heading for the stairs? Taslim, I think you're in front because you're invisible, but is everyone else also following? Yes.
Yeah, I guess.
Not so sure.
Because we can't see him, because we don't know if we're following.
Yeah. That's true.
Well,
that
I
is
did say
fair
I'm
point.
already
I
there.
can see him. I still got true sight for however long.
Well, we'll probably... I think it's strategically sound to stay, like at least 30 feet back. Like, not right up on him. Which is
yeah, because... Yeah, I still got daylight coming out of the...
Yeah.
Oh, shit, that too. That's right. Yeah, we'll say you activated the true sight when you guys were first scouting, right? When you first arrived?
It was like right when combat started, I think. Or no, it was right before it. Yeah.
No, I think it was before, because you saw the skulks before you ran back, right?
Like,
so
as
we'll
we were going up, yeah.
Yeah, even so, I would say it's probably only been, like, I don't know, max half an hour.
Okay. Awesome.
The time crunch of combat will never cease to weird me out. But
yeah.
All right, great. So if you are making any attempt, Taslim in particular, of going quietly up the stairs, you can make dexterity stealth checks. If you don't care, that is also fine.
I'll be stealthy.
Okay, so you can do it with advantage. Hey, it's a good thing. All right, so we'll start with you, Taslim. So you go upstairs. You go upstairs and you see some more winding corridors. You see the space opens up a little ways, and you see some sort of spiral staircases that go up to clearly to some of the towers that you could see from outside. Like, you can sort of get a sense of this place. And, if you poke your head in certain of the other little rooms that are here, there's supply closets and sort of almost like study corrals in a library, like little small chambers with a desk and maybe some books are on them and whatever. Nothing of particular interest as you go on, but it's also very clear that this place was well designed because the sort of, the architectural flow of the place is all very clearly sort of driving you towards, if you're just wandering, you're going to end up in the center of the place, which you assume is where probably that sanctuary that Lefcadio said the soul spoke of is. Make me, Taslim, we'll start with you. Make me a wisdom perception check.
I notice nothing.
Kale, I assume you are in the, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I assume you're in the front of the group of the rest of you, since you're the only one that can see Taslim.
Makes sense.
Does that make sense? Okay, why don't you give me...
I would have had that, well, we're still at the bottom of the stairs, right?
You can, you can tell me what you're doing as you follow, so that's fine if you want to do something.
My passive is a 17, though.
Okay.
I just need to do something with Edra. I guess put her in a room with a door still and close the door.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you could... did you bring her in the...
She jumped through the window, yeah. She's wearing... She's got splint.
That's right.
farting,
That's
so-
right. That's right. Yeah, I mean, you could see like, yeah, it wouldn't have gone well trying to get her up that set of stairs. So yeah, I mean, you can totally
Okay.
like put her in one of the bigger rooms downstairs. That's not a problem.
Okay, cool. Anyway, you wanted me to do a
Perception check, please. Yep.
Oh, that's good. 24.
So at first, you don't notice that anything is wrong as you're walking. Sorry, I should say where you all have gotten. So clearly, you can see there are a couple of like sort of corridors that are not fully walled. They're sort of separated by columns or outlined by columns that are all leading to these sort of grand double doors that are clearly sort of in the center of the space. It does not take a great feat of mental fortitude to understand that this is probably the central sanctuary. And Kale, as you're walking, something sort of flickers in your vision for a moment, and it takes you a minute to realize what's happened. Tazlin, you didn't notice at first because you could see him anyway, but Tazlin is no longer invisible, you don't think.
I like go like, hey, Tess, hey.
Yes?
I don't think it's working.
Now that if the rest of you are following Kale fairly closely, you can in fact confirm, now that Tazlin has sort of stopped, that you can in fact see him.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Try and... Well, how far away from me is the point where he stopped being visible?
You all said you were about 30-ish feet back from him, so probably, I don't know, 15, 20 feet ahead of you.
Okay, so I'll move up.
I think you noticed it and paused before.
I'll move up that distance then, I guess, and see if I can tell if the light from the daylight spell in my drift globe stops happening.
Yeah, so as you're walking, there's a sudden reduction in the light in this space. Yes, indeed.
Great. Okay.
Oh, wonderful.
I'll try throwing a firebolt just in that area.
Let me just... Yeah, so once it sort of crosses this threshold, the firebolt just ceases to exist.
Anti-magic
Yep.
thing.
Oh, wonderful.
Great. Oh.
I'm gonna back to them,
All right.
and I'm gonna pull out my wand of
Disappears
secrets
to most of you. Mm-hmm.
and wand of secrets. I'm gonna use a charge.
Yeah, give me a second. Okay. Yeah, so that tells you about secret doors and traps. And the Wand of Secrets doesn't vibrate within 30 feet.
It pulses and points to the nearest one to me.
Great, so nothing activates the wand in this area.
Would I know if there's another way into this room?
Make me, I think just a... I guess I would buy an intelligence investigation.
Would I be able to assist him in this?
Sure. Yeah, so sure.
I rolled a 6, then I rolled a 11, so that would be 27.
Yeah, there are probably, I mean, you don't see them exactly from where you're standing, but it stands to reason that, this is sort of the main, congregant entrance to the sanctuary. There's probably at least one other entrance where the celebrants of the services for Agma and or Denier would enter, probably towards the back of the sanctuary. But you're not exactly, so it is likely that there's at least one other entrance, yes.
All right. My suggestion is that we find another entrance that might not be anti-magic.
I wholeheartedly agree and think that's a great idea.
All right.
Can you tell if the anti-magic zone is just like the threshold, or is it like an area that's blossoming from a center point?
Well, Taz will walk back in there and try and...
I will keep doing that for about... How long does this hallway go?
So, we'll say the place where the magic stops is about 15, 20 feet in front of the group at this point. And the doors, the double doors to the sanctuary are maybe like, let's say 60 feet down from where the group is.
Okay, so Tazlin will walk, and every 5 feet, can you see me now? Good. Can you see me now?
So for the first 3 times you stop that, you haven't actually gotten to the space, so the answer is no, they can't see you. Then you go in, and so they say yes. And you
then
go
I
another
keep
5
going.
feet, and they say yes. You go another 5 feet, or they say no, rather. No, they say yes. I've confused about where we are. They can see you when you say it the 4th time, and then you go 5 feet. They say yes, they can see you. You go another 5 feet. And then you go another 5 feet, and they cannot, in fact, see you anymore.
Can I still see him?
Where are you standing? With the group?
Yeah.
Then yes.
Okay, so it might just be... Taz, try like throwing a firebolt or something.
I can't? But I can cast a cantrip, so I suppose...
Smartass.
So I'm going to cast message through the zone, because I have to look at someone, so I don't know how that... So I'll cast a message, and it'll just be like, testing, testing, testing.
I do think that works.
Okay. Then I'm going
I'm
to...
sure how this works, but I'm going to say that it works because you're getting to the correct conclusion if I say it works. So
Yeah. And then, man, I have like no ranged things. I have, I guess a ray of frost. Not at them, but like...
yeah, so you're able to cast it if you're doing it sort of in their general direction when it hits the, sort of right behind you. It doesn't get very far, right? Because I assume you haven't moved much further. So it doesn't get very far, and then it ends just like Kale's Firebolt did. But you are able to cast it where you're standing.
Okay. I'm going to take a look around. Just this area where it looks like the anti-magic zone part is.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like looking with my eyes to see if there's anything like hiding around
Is
here.
my mage armor still up? Or was that dispelled?
Tell me how you would check. Just because I think that is a hilarious question.
Oh, man. Yeah, yeah, I have no idea. Tazlin will...
Wampa will walk up and punch you.
Ooh. Ooh. You fly.
Like in the shoulder? Or like...
I love that.
Without the fist, I'll just slap
There you
him
go.
in the foot.
There you go.
Cool,
So
cool.
you slap him, and it being wampum, Tazlin,
Yeah,
You-
anything
you
shorter
feel
than
it.
that one is gonna hit.
you feel it for show. But you also see the telltale, barest little flicker of magic that sort of stops it from being a full blow on this side of whatever that section is. So at the moment where you're standing now, yes, your mage armor is fine.
I love how you can always read my mind when I'm stuck on a problem, Wampum. That's why we're such a good team.
That's what we be here for.
That and killing elves.
Yes, I need more art.
Though, really, thoughts about that plan earlier? I thought it was pretty smart.
Thank you. Thank you.
Not the art plan. My plan. With the potion.
Oh, your plan. Well, what's wrong with my art?
Your art was perfect in that I didn't like it in any possible way.
Well, as long as you don't like it, then I'll keep doing it.
That sounds so wonderfully delightful, and I will move on with my conversation.
So,
I'll give Nos another
anyway.
healing potion.
I'm looking around for hiding people, just with my eyeballs.
And
Yes, please, Mr. Perception.
Wampum will keep just slowly walking down to the double doors.
Okay.
I don't notice anything.
Okay. You don't see it.
Unless they're like out in the open because they're visible.
Nope.
Then, maybe a 9. Okay.
How high is the ceiling where we are?
It's pretty high. It's gotten progressively higher as you've gotten closer to this center sanctuary. At this point, it's probably, I don't know, at least 25, 30 feet.
I'm going to look up and make sure there's no gargoyles or anything like that.
There are in fact, no gargoyles.
Excellent.
Wampum, you get to those double doors and see these beautifully, ornately carved 2 stone doors. One door has the symbol that you see Kale wearing all the time, the candle in front of the lit candle in front of the eye, and on the other door is a scroll of parchment, which somebody probably that's the one, which somebody probably recognizes as Ogma's.
Are these like dwarven work doors?
They are certainly of that caliber. Go ahead and make me a intelligence history, and you can add double your proficiency for your stone cutting.
Okay. History.
Never clicked this button before.
What's your this level? Is it 5?
Yes.
Okay,
so that'd be a 17.
It definitely looks dwarven worked for sure. You're not quite able to determine like exactly what clan or hold did it, but these were definitely commissioned by dwarves.
Cool. I'm gonna sprint through that anti-magic thing. Just
wait.
No, I already did it. It's happening. I'm running to the door.
Can I catch you?
It's impossible. No.
Got a cape.
Never be caught.
I gotta have a cape. Make a nos. Make a. It's a reaction thing. So make a dexterity check for me, please. Sleight of hand if you've got it.
That's a 1.
Oh, no.
I fall, and I trip, and because we're on stairs, I end up smacking my face right on a stair that's like a couple feet in front of me, and I just. Yep.
I guess. Well, no. I would keep running until I got until I felt like the magic turned back on.
Yeah, I mean you've got the light, so that the light is back.
And then I turn around and I see that, and I feel like, what are you doing? Are you okay? Is everything fine? What happened? Did someone attack you?
No, I tripped.
Well,
It happens sometimes. I'm not that smooth.
All right, that's fine.
Would Taslet have seen this? Because I think he's cackling with laughter right now.
I'm gonna like take like my ego's gonna take offense to that, but I'm not gonna outwardly show it. But I'm gonna post up. Like I got a trickle of blood coming out my nose, but I'm just gonna ignore it, and I'm just gonna confidently walk up the stairs, get there about halfway, and then I'm going to actually stick the point of my glaive, just like poke the wall a little bit, right in the dead center of these places, thinking that there's either like a contraption that's creating this cone or potentially a creature that I cannot see.
Definitely not a creature. Let me read something real quick.
It's to behold.
Make a Make a I'll take wisdom perception or intelligence investigation, whichever is better for Nos. I think I know the answer, but I'll give you the choice nonetheless.
No, I think neither. No, wait. Yeah, neither.
I'll try.
I have 0 in both.
Oh no.
Yeah. We'll go with investigation.
I thought you had a little bit more in perception.
Nope. I got a 7. Wait, no, you know what? This is interesting. Let's go with luck.
All right.
Let's do luck.
I like it.
I got a 12. That's better.
Okay, it's better. You don't know if this has anything to do with anything, but there does seem to be like a little, like one of the stones in that part of the wall is kind of loose, but that's all you sort of noticed with your poking.
Okay, well I'm gonna definitely latch on to that lead, and I'm gonna try to pry it open.
Sure, give me a strength athletics. That you should be good at.
Oh, I am. Let's just see if I'm good at it right now.
You're rolling like me.
18.
Yeah, that's enough. So you're able to, it takes a little bit, but you're able to pry it out. And behind that stone as it comes out, you see just a tiny little hollow. And right behind it is a little glass marble almost that's sort of set into, it's clear, like it's mortared into place inside this little hollow behind the stone.
pull it out. Huh.
It'll take some work because, like I said, it's like
Okay.
cemented in there. So I'll
All
take
right,
another
yeah.
second. Try
I'll
and pry it
actually
out.
put my hand right at the base of the blade, the big blade of my glaive, and I'll kind of use that
Oh, I
as
love
like
that.
a giant scalpel.
I love that. Yeah. Take another athletics.
29.
Yes, and you're able to do it so delicately. Yeah, absolutely. So you're able to sort of pry it out. It takes a minute or two because you can tell that it's glass, and so you want to be extra careful with it. But you're able to get it out.
Is this? I'm gonna run back downstairs with it, and I'm gonna see if the globe lights back up the further I get away. Or actually, I'm gonna say, "Hey, Kale, move five steps down," and then I'm gonna run back.
Okay. I do
See if it
that.
does it. You're muted.
But
As you all play this fun game of testing the
Yeah.
radius, it does seem that, in fact, whatever this anti-magic effect is centered on this little marble.
Okay, then I'll do a ta-da.
Great. I'm gonna go over to the hole where she poked it out of. Does it look like it had been like freshly mortared, kind of in there? Or I'll ask Wampum to come check with me because he's a dwarf. He knows things about rocks.
Yeah, I'll take. So I'll take a. Let's see. From Wampum, I'll take that same check that we just did, if you like.
23.
Ooh, yeah, that's the one. Yes, it does. I mean, not within the last 10 minutes, but it was definitely done within the last probably few days at the latest.
Okay. Well, then I'm not offended that Nosh just desecrated probably the holiest site to my gods. So that's great.
Yes, this was definitely not part of the original construction of the game. Although
Okay.
that's an interesting idea.
All right. Hey, Nosh. What happens if you just put that thing in your pocket or something? Does it like cover it up? Make it not?
I feel like from what I've learned from my travels with you guys, there are a few specific materials that could potentially block this sort of thing.
Sure, but just
Funny enough,
Maybe.
pocket, not one of those materials.
you can try. I'm just,
Wait, what if I put it in the? No, that's not a good idea.
Wait, what? Put it.
I was-
Now I want
a
I was
to.
bag of
thinking the-
holding.
No, not the bag of holding, the many hands pocket.
Oh.
But that would like kill it. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's magic.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be great, I don't think.
So does anyone have any like iron or lead
Do any of
maybe?
you have a bag of holding?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, that's fun. Everything should have fallen out of it, but we'll worry about that
Oh,
later.
shit.
Does anyone have any iron or lead? Like a box that's made out of it?
Nope.
No.
Didn't keep
All right,
that
I'll throw it
box
over my
that-
shoulder.
Didn't keep that box that the Dullahan's tome was in, did you?
But it's gone. All right.
Yeah, I threw it over my shoulder.
Yeah, we'll worry about that later.
Rolling down the hall there.
Let's go
You
fix.
hear it. You hear it sort of hit the ground and roll down a couple of steps, and then you hear that telltale tinkle of glass shattering.
So,
Okay.
are we rushing in, or should we rest up before we run in?
No, I don't have time for all that crap. We need to go. True Sight's gonna turn off. Daylight's gonna turn off.
Okay, well, I'd prefer if you guys don't die, so take the rest of the potions, divvy them out, however you need them.
Okay. I imagine.
Oh, Taslin cares.
Well, I need you
left
all
audio.
to cover my retreat if things go bad.
There it is.
Uh-huh.
We were doing so well.
What do you have? What do you have left?
I have.
Keep one.
I have 3 greater healing potions.
I'll take all of them.
Okay.
Except for the
while
one
you
that-
are,
Oh,
go ahead.
And then I'll keep 1.
Yes, okay.
While you all are divvying these up, can I have everybody? Actually, no, you don't need to do that. That's why I did this. Nope. 3D. Okay. Really? Am I crazy? Oh my god, I'm trying to do it in Twitch. I'm trying to roll
Really?
things, and I'm like, why is the commands not working? Because that's not a command in Twitch, Goober. All right. Nos, you don't notice this, but the rest of you, while you're now that you're sort of divvying them up, and there's a moment of relative quiet as you all are sort of in this area. All of you except for Nos, you hear what sounds like a battle, a fight, a something. You hear these. They're clearly very, very loud roars, but they sound like they are coming. They sound like they're coming from very, very far away. And you occasionally hear a voice sort of cry out, or the clash of something hitting, some sort of armor or something. But it all sounds very faint and far away.
Can we tell in what direction, like the sanctuary we're going, or is this coming from behind us, or
possibly from the Shadowfell?
That's the weird part, Wampum, is that just when you think you have sort of pinpointed where it's coming from, it sort of moves a bit. Not like it's bouncing from one far end of the chamber to the other, but as if the battle were taking place sort of right where you are, and maybe the combatants are in front of you, and then as they fight, they move a little to the side. So the sound is moving around.
All right. That's weird. Don't have time to deal with that right now.
Okay, you're right.
Real quick, Lafcadio, I have used my Rod of the Pact Keeper and Pearl of Power to recharge a little bit.
Great. Love it.
All right, everybody ready?
Yep.
Let's go to the Sanctum. Let's do it. I'm ready.
Go. Yep, I'll Ring of Invisibility before we run in.
And Wampum will go ahead and drink that potion of growth.
That feels like a solid idea. Oh my god, giant Wampum! I love it. So that makes you a large creature, and you add a d4 to your damage rolls?
I believe it's damage rolls, isn't it?
I think so. Great. I love everything about that. Giant Wampum. Just yes. Okay, great. So, who's busting open them doors?
Wampum will.
It was my assumption, but I wanted you to say it. So Wampum busts open these doors, presumably, axes held high, and in the chamber beyond, if you'll give me a moment to move that little flag over, find this map. Oh, Lord. Where are you? Oh, there's so many maps. There it is. You see the gorgeous central sanctuary of Spirit Soaring. This relatively large central chamber. You can see that there are these beautiful stained glass windows, 2 on either side, 2 on either wall, and 1 on the far wall all the way ahead. But they have been, you can just see pieces of them sort of peeking through either blankets that have been thrown up or sort of hastily assembled bits of wood and maybe some furniture and other things, so that all of the windows are blocked and very little light is able to get in here. Next to the front windows, you can see an enormous... Things have moved in this room, and I'm very confused about it. Next to the windows at the front, you can see this enormous crystal, which has to be what the Shadar-kai soul was telling you about. And surrounding it are 4 what look like knights or maybe even paladins, dressed in sort of finely polished, gleaming armor, each of them with either the symbol of Denir or Agma on their breastplates. Up in the sort of top right corner of the sanctuary, not far from the crystal itself, I have to move a couple of these guys, are huddled several terrified-looking children, sort of huddled in the corner there, near where one of the knights is, who seems to be both sort of keeping an eye on them and on the crystal. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. There we go. There he is. He's not there. In a couple of the pews, sort of huddling down and sort of looking back fearfully at where the doors just crashed in, are some what look to be human, just commoners dressed in sort of plain robes and clothing. And that, I think, is what you currently see.
Okay, what the actual hell? What are civilians doing in here?
Sorry, there's one other
civilians?
figure. Sorry, there's one other figure. In the right in front of the front altar is what looks to be a high priest wearing only vestments and robes with the symbol of Agma sort of emblazoned all over them. Yeah. Kale, make me a wisdom perception check, please.
I will roll the purple one. Nope. 10. Big 10.
There is something weird about this room, but you can't quite, at least from where you are in the entrance, you can't quite put your finger on what it is.
So the true sight's not helping?
Not from this distance, no. You can't. I mean, the true sight is what is giving you the sense that something seems off, but you can't, at least at this point, put your finger on what it is.
I'll hold the drift globe aloft before I say or do anything else, and just watch the light and make sure it doesn't get jacked up.
That doesn't seem to be it. I mean, there seems like, the furniture and the bodies in this room are all where they're supposed to be for the most part. Make me a wisdom insight check, Kale.
I will roll the whatever color this one is. The moldy one.
The moldy one.
It's
Ooh.
kind of moldy looking. Yeah, insight. Oh, wow, I'm proficient in that. That's a good choice. 26.
So it's not super strange that the commoners that are hiding in the pews have cloaks with their hoods up. It's not even really that strange that the priest has a hooded robe. What is a little strange is that the children and the knights also seem to have hooded cloaks on, and everyone in the room seems to have their hoods pulled up. Wampum and Nos, from where you all have now moved up a little bit in this space, you can see that there are another couple of sort of human guard-looking individuals on either side of the entrance who are sort of nervously fingering their weapons and watching you all very closely.
Immediately, I'm going to turn to Wampum, lay a hand on his shoulder, and just say, just hang on for a second. I just want to get to the bottom of what's happening. Why are there children over there? You get me?
I can hang.
Okay. Appreciate it. So I'll step up. And I'll get there, and
Okay.
I'll look to side and just to everyone around and be like, anyone want to explain what's actually happening here?
Without sort of looking fully in your direction, keeping always sort of an eye on the crystal, the priest up by the altar, in a very quiet voice says, "Are you here to save us, to protect us?"
I don't know enough about the situation. Who are you?
I am the High Priest of Agma here at Spirit Soaring. We are the last bastion of defense for this place.
I'm gonna look over at Kale to see if he sees anything.
I will stand next to Nos.
Make me a wisdom perception check with advantage, please.
18.
As you step up and you can finally see the guards on either side of the doorway, one of them is sort of looking full on in your direction and doesn't quite turn their head fast enough. And you realize that what you have been seeing, there is an illusion over those individuals. You didn't notice it at first because they are wearing the same clothes as the illusion on top of them has put on them. So it wasn't immediately obvious. But as you got a chance to look into the hood, before that individual turned their head, you realize that what appears to the rest of the group as probably a human guard is in fact a Shadarkai.
Okay. I will gesture to everybody to kind of move up slowly with us.
Excuse me.
And I'll start. I'll walk like 10 feet forward, very slowly.
Okay.
And I'll say, my name is Cale Irvine. I am one of Denier's clerics. If I could get a clearer picture about what's happening here, that would be very helpful. And also, I would like that high priest to make a wisdom saving throw as I attempt to read their thoughts.
Okay.
While that's going on, Taz is going to try and sneak over to the side of the room because he's currently invisible.
Okay, go ahead and make me a dexterity skill check with advantage. While you said wisdom saving throw?
Correct.
Nope, that's a choice. Wait, let me check one thing. Yeah, okay. Not going to click on it yet, because that's for me to know and y'all to find out. But I will make the roll. Solid, Graham. Solid. 13?
Nope.
Okay. So a couple of things are going to... I need to check a few things, and then a few things will happen sort of... That's fine. Excellent.
Jazzy, when you get a
Yes.
10,
Yes, sir.
can you make my token a 10 by 10?
Oh, yes, of course I can. Ta-da!
Thank you.
You're welcome. Are you able to control it?
Yes.
Okay, great. Just making sure. Oh my god, I love that. So good. Okay, so Taslin, make me a wisdom perception check, please.
A wisdom perception check?
Please and thank you. I know what your passive is. It's all a very fraught moment. So the two guards over here and these two sort of cowering civilians over here flinched as you sort of stepped on a somewhat loose flagstone on the ground. They obviously can't see you, but they heard something moving about over there.
Yeah.
Cale, let's get to your detect thought spell. So that was to probe deeper and really get in there, right?
Yeah, so it was my channel divinity that I linked in that.
Oh, it was your channel divinity.
Yeah.
That you linked. Here we go. You can then use it to command it as an action. Choose one creature. Wisdom saving throw. Creature fails. Surface thoughts. And it is 60 feet. Okay, during that time, cast the suggestion spell. Okay, so its surface thought is basically just a little further. Just a little further.
Okay. Well, I stopped after asking, and I'm waiting for a response about getting.
Oh, right. What was your question? Sorry, I was busy with Taslin's
I just wanted to give you
speak attempt.
Clearer picture of what's going on.
Yes, of course. So the priest says, what more do you need to know? We protect the final sacred relic here in the sanctuary. Should the invaders obtain it, they will be able to wreak havoc and destruction upon this cathedral.
Cale, I really need to know, man. Are those kids?
Can I tell if those are actually kids?
Now that you are looking, give me another perception check with advantage, and this will sort of cover the rest of the room at this point.
22.
Oh, yeah. So now that you know what to watch for, you really can sort of, you can adjust your where you're standing and looking a little bit, and you manage to catch basically glimpses of pretty much everything in the room. And the commoners are more Shadarkai. The knights are still evading, because most of them are focused directly in on the crystal and not really looking around. The high priest looks like some horrible skeletal creature, and the children in the corner are almost certainly more measles.
I kind of glance at Nos very briefly, and I just give like a really slight shake of the head, and then I look back forward.
The priest says, "Please come. The knights here have been at watch without rest. Relieve them for a short time, and we would be most appreciative."
Are you ready?
Kale, what be me action?
Giant booming wampum says. I love him so much.
I'm gonna. Kale's gonna trust Wampum to just know what to do.
Yeah.
And he will. He'll say, "What's he gonna say? How can he say this?" I wish I knew what was gonna happen. I could have wrote something that sounds cool, but now I'm just gonna say whatever comes to my mind.
Just say no deal.
Yeah, I mean, it's taking us out of the immersion that the adventurer didn't have a pre-written speech.
I know, right?
Such as these.
Okay. What's it? So the high priest said, "We're relieving. Please relieve these knights. They've been a guard for a long time." Blah blah blah.
Yeah. Hey, blah blah blah.
I imagine you're all very tired from expending all this energy defiling this holy site.
I'm gonna start reaching into my pack very slowly and try to stealthily pull out my manacles.
I love it. Do
Taslin's
Nos make me a
just
sleight
gonna
of hand? Taslin is gonna what?
Cast a spell.
Great. I'll get to you in a minute.
Wampum,
Lefkadi. Yeah, well, go ahead, Wampum.
wampum swinging.
Okay.
Got 21.
Okay, great. Here's what's gonna happen. For the sake of clarity, let's roll initiative, and then I will. Certain things will happen in this first round. Not everyone will get to act. Blah blah blah. But let's go ahead and do the thing.
Oh, I forgot to crit my character to put it on.
That's okay. I will add you one. Wampum, what'd you get? 18?
17. Oh, I'm sorry, 18.
18. Gotcha. Oops, I put 17. Okay. I'm not going to screw this up again. What can you see in there? Okay.
I can see all of us so far.
Great. I love Cardio Nos. Okay, great. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to get rid of that. That and that. You can see... Okay, but not Kale yet. There's... Okay, great.
I feel like Kale had more to say. I'm on the edge of my seat because he's going to deliver such an epic line.
It's going to be epic, and now we have to wait a minute. Okay, so let's do this. I'm just going to do this. It's going to be easier, even though it's going to do things. What? That's interesting. Okay, cool. Yeah, absolutely, that. That's this one. This one. All right. So, Kale, what was it exactly that you said?
I said I'm sure you guys are tired from spending all this time
defiling. That's right.
This.
Defiling this temple. Which, of course, shocks and appalls the high priest. Never defile the temple of his god. This one is... Nope. This one. All right. Let's put all of these in descending order. Okay. So, the high priest looks... well, his body language is trying to look vaguely aghast at your suggestion. And he says, "I don't know what you mean. Protect the last vestige here." As he is responding in that way, Nos, you are grabbing manacles very sneakily, yes? And your roll for that was, your sleight of hand was a 21?
Uh-huh.
Great. Then, they're not doing anything. Lefkadio, you're watching with bated breath.
Mm-hmm.
Wampum, you said you're swinging?
I'm swinging.
Okay, go ahead and make a swing.
Alright, so I am attacking this guard back here.
Okay. That poor guard.
First attack is going to be a 19
I do believe that'll hit.
for 15.
Okay.
And I want him to make a DC 18 strength check, please.
What is this?
I think you still have Holy Weapon on you, mate.
Ah!
Mhm.
Okay, so that's 2d8.
Are none of those spells concentration for you, Kale?
Let's see. True Sight isn't. The
Daylight
orb
isn't either.
Isn't. Yeah, because it's from the orb, and then
Right.
the Channel Divinity is not.
Right, okay.
And I forgot my D4 as well.
Oh, yeah. All right, so that's another 11.
Actually, another 13 on top
Another 13, okay. And did you say a strength?
Yes.
Okay. That's a 6.
Whatever weapon that he is handling is dropped to the floor.
What looks to you like a longsword drops to the floor.
Okay.
Doesn't sound like a longsword when it hits the floor, but it sure does look like one. You go ahead.
My second swing
Mm-hmm.
is a 29
Okay.
for 11 plus another 9 plus
20.
another 3.
Okay.
So that's 12. That's 23 more.
Yep.
And then make me another strength save, please.
All right.
And
Even
the
worse.
And the backhand of my axe sends him back 10 feet.
Okay, so I'm going to say that both of these guys go back 5 feet, and then we'll have him fall prone. How's that for you?
Okay.
Since he runs into the guy behind him.
And then I'm going to move forward 5 feet, stepping on that weapon that he put on the ground.
Okay. You
And
get 3 attacks for your attack action, right? So this is still part of that first attack action?
Correct.
Okay, just making sure.
So that is a 21.
That'll do.
And another 13 on top of 10's 23.
All right. Not looking good, this guy.
I am not going to use my action surge yet, so go ahead. I'm done.
All right. All right, so that was Wampum just hauls off and goes ham. Taslin, in that same moment, what are you doing?
I'm casting Fireball.
Okay, where?
Centered on the crystal.
Excellent. The High Priest snaps his finger and your fireball winks out of existence.
Is he counterspelling it?
Yes, he is.
Can I counterspell his counterspell?
Can.
All right.
Before all that resolves,
Mm-hmm.
if Taslin is invisible, it's possible.
You are correct. He cannot. You are correct. Yes, and he does not have true sight. You are correct. Thank you. I forgot he was
Saving me a
invisible, even though he
spell.
has that giant ninja face on him.
Sorry, I didn't know which one to use. I'm only casting it at 3rd level.
Okay, centered where?
Right on the crystal.
Okay.
So, hitting whatever I can.
Oops. It's not. And he did that too. Oh, 3. Oh, what's the DC?
The DC is going to be a 18 dexterity
Okay, so
save.
3 of the. Go ahead and roll the damage so I know what I'm doing here.
All right. 86.
Oops.
For 25.
Okay. Half of that is 12. Oops. All right. So a big old fireball goes off here in the middle. What is it, 20-foot radius? Is that right? Yeah, doesn't matter. It'll get the priest, just making sure. That one already. Okay. Those are these. 3 of those save. What did we say? 25. This is thrilling. I apologize, everyone. And the that roll. There it is. Oh, also saved.
Spending this time to think of one-liners in advance.
I love it. I support it.
Yeah.
I really do. Okay, that's what I thought. And then... Come on. That. Okay. All right, thrilling. I know that was. And that will take us to sort of the bottom of this section. And we are going to take a brief break as all hell breaks loose in the sanctuary. I apologize. I know that was not a very thrilling... I should have done that on the break. I didn't even think about it. It's fine. It's all very exciting. Here comes some sort of battle. We'll see you all back shortly. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out and sticking around. I hope you all hydrated and are ready for this thrilling battle that I could not have made less thrilling to start, but it's fine. We're going to jump right into it, and we're going to be back to our old thrilling combat selves. So, as we left, Wampum beat the living darkness out of one of these poor illusioned Shadarkai. Taslan fireballed most of the room. Seems that these, at least for the, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to ruin it, but at least for the moment, these enemies are somewhat more dexterous than many of our previous enemies that this party has faced have been. And so many of them avoided the full brunt of Taslan's fireball, though no one was able to avoid it entire... Oh, that's not true. Oh, that's delightful. One of them has evasion. That's nice to know. Anyway, and so we begin... I assume at least some of you are... I mean, you trust each other, but a little confused because for all that the rest of you, except for Kale, can tell, you've just attacked a bunch of civilians and children.
I mean, Taslan has never had a clear line to draw between morality.
That's not wrong, but I feel like Wampum sort of does. But like, as I said, you all trust each other and understand each other, and if Kale, says something's wrong, then something's wrong. But, there's that little twinge.
Now he told me the kids aren't kids.
That's
We're done.
true, he did.
That's it. That's the end of the line for everyone in this room.
That's true.
So after the fireball, I am going to move back away from everyone and be like, "Oh, I thought I had cast greater invisibility." And,
oh, how embarrassing!
How embarrassing!
Yeah,
oh my god, I love it.
That's all I got.
I love everything about it. That's fantastic. Okay. So, the priest, the high priest, with his low, quiet voice says, "So we arrive sooner than expected. So be it." And, he really wants to get you, Taslan. He's really pissed at you. Although, to be fair, you didn't actually deal him any damage, so maybe he doesn't want to get you that bad. Yeah, we'll go with the other big guy in the room. So he sort of steps forward, and Kale, you can see that he raises a sort of skeletal finger and points it in Wampum's general direction. And Wampum, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Can I counterspell it?
You are not 60. You are more than 60 feet away, so
right.
No, you cannot.
Wampum will take a indomitable action on that.
Feels like a solid choice.
So he did take a step forward, is that right?
He did take a step forward. Let me check. Yes, he did.
And he is casting a spell?
He is casting a spell.
I will counterspell it.
God damn it, he'll counterspell your counterspell, but what a waste.
All right, then.
Well,
so mad. He was like, I thought I was going to get away with it. The fucking wizard moved back.
That's like a 7th level counterspell, right?
Yeah.
No. My counter.
Oh, you got the 3rd slot.
I'm using the Pearl of Power counterspell.
Got it.
Oh. What level?
He's a warlock, so like normally it would be when he casts spells, it's max level. But he had the Pearl of Power, so he can only regenerate a 3rd level slot with that.
So it was a 3rd level. Then I do need you to make a check for me, please.
Hokadoke.
Well, you only have 5th level slots anyway, don't you?
Correct.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Charisma.
I was doing the same thing as you, Kale. I was like, oh, he's a warlock, so it's like a 7th level. Oh no.
21.
Yes, that'll do it. Okay, so he will in fact counterspell your shitty counterspell. All right, Wampum, what was the reroll on your con save?
A 15.
Ooh, okay. Is this going to the public? Yes, it is. So we have a nasty green energy comes flying out of the finger, and you take 66 necrotic damage as it strikes you in the chest, which I know is nothing to you, but it's very impressive to everyone else in the room. What's that?
Just what he said, okay.
Okay. Okay. So mad. And then the priest or whatever he is will take a step back up against the altar once again and glower at all of you and sort of gesture in your general direction, and all eyes turn to the 5 of you. Next up is Kale. Nos, you are on deck.
So I've seen a bunch of counter spells get thrown around just now.
It
So
was
I'm just
very
gonna...
exciting. It was just spell.
Yeah.
Just lots of screaming and arcane.
Take just a little
That's
step
what I
back.
want. I want that you know, the memes that are like screams in Spanish or like dies in Spanish, but I want like dies in arcane. Anyway, go on.
So I'll take a step back, bring myself to 65 feet away from
Dick,
the
go
guy
on.
who can counter spell. And I will... Oh, I'm out of a lot of slots. Jeez. Alright, I'll just...
I'm sorry. Is Mr. We have to go in now, we don't have time? Sad about the spell slots?
It's fine. It's the first level spell I wanted to cast. I just wanted to see more.
Dazzling.
Yeah. I'm trash. Anyway, I'm going to hold the drift globe aloft and fire a guiding bolt from it at the
I love
priest.
All right. Make
And I have to
that
roll it.
roll.
Oh, it's probably going to hit. So I rolled a 17 and I have a plus 10, so it's 27.
Funny enough, like 26 and 28 hit, but a 27 doesn't.
Really? Shit!
Yes, that hits.
All right. Let me get all these D6, all 4 of these.
Nothing I should know about. There. So the exact not the exact opposite, but a very close opposite to the ray that he just fired at your friend Wampum comes streaking out of your globe and smacks him right in the chest for a total of
19 radiant damage.
that is not nothing. And he's sparkly, which, you know, just sort of aesthetically he's not a fan of.
And Kale will say, "That one's undead," and then he'll continue to move like back.
That one's undead. Somebody else deal with it.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I saw Skelefinger, so yeah.
Feels like a reasonable assumption. Fantastic. As Kale steps back, Nos, it is your turn.
On it! I would like to open up by using the Cave of the Mountebank. And I will, as I slowly start to pull my manacles out from behind myself, I'm going to start to sit down. And then I will teleport right behind the priest, and I will do so in a sitting position on the edge of the altar,
My God.
with him between my legs.
Kale, you realize that they've desecrated this whole place, but something about Nos just sort of casually sitting on the altar is a little bit blasphemous.
No, it's cool. We're tight. It's fine. It'll all be fine. Watch. And then I will proceed to flex and rage.
Great.
And then use an action surge
Great.
to
That's
clamp
right.
those manacles down
It's
on
how far is the teleport from the Cape of the Mountebank?
500 feet.
Holy
This is
shit, it's a
easy
dimension
peasy.
door. Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So I've got him, and he's like in between my legs with his back to me, and I would like
Great.
to try to clamp those manacles down on him.
Great. As much as I would love to give you advantage on the manacles, you rolled a 21, and his passive perception is in fact a 22. But you can absolutely do the attack as normal, or let's see. The manacles are.
Is it an attack?
Sorry.
No, just that you're looking it up. Just that.
Okay.
I didn't know.
Yeah, I don't know if it's an attack or if it's basically a grapple check. Let's see.
I
It doesn't
tried.
say we're gonna call it a grapple because that sounds like something that you're good at, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's do that then.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
I got a 21 on that.
All right. I will give him a chance, though I don't imagine it'll go stunningly well. But let's see. Oh, actually, his athletics are surprisingly not awful. Oh, not good enough, but
Yes!
in my defense, that was a very good roll for me.
It was.
All right, so just as he spins around, one hand, as you grab, you realize that like the flesh that you see is not in fact there.
Yeah.
But one hand sort of escapes, but you're able to corral it and snap it back into the manacle.
Fantastic.
And he's now, are these magic manacles or just manacles?
They are just manacles, but
Right. I mean, that's plenty, but
yeah. Requires a successful DC 20 dexterity check to get out of them. Breaking them
Okay.
requires a successful 20 strength check.
okay. Bind a small escaping. Each set of manacles comes with a key. Blah 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 blah. Okay,
And
great.
you can pick the lock if you have the skills.
Great.
Yep.
Yeah, no, definitely.
and then-
definitely not the moment for lockpicking.
And then if I still have time to put my hand on the glaive, then that's what I'm gonna do, and I'm just gonna sit there and get ready for the
Sure.
Get
ready.
coming onslaught.
So as you finish that, the priest sort of growls, and you can see, even through the illusion, these greenish black lights begin to glow in his eyes, and you see shadows begin to coalesce on the other side of him from where you are, Nos. And for a moment, you think that maybe Tazlin is doing something, because this looks very similar to when he summons his Skelly Boys, but you know very quickly that, in fact, these are not Tazlin's Skelly Boys, but this creature's Skelly Boys, which he is able to summon without any components. And as a... Well, anyway, he does that. They have to roll initiative. Skelly... Oh, on the wrong layer. All right, next up are the Chirin. Which are not, of course, but... Right. Let's put these where they... Oh. Never mind. Next up are the Skelly Boys that he just... But it's boys with a Z, because you don't spell it with a Z, right, Tazlin?
No, it's with an S.
Okay, so these are Skelly Boys with a Z.
Well, they are an
it's not-
abomination.
That was these Skelly Boys. And it is, in fact, their turn. And so, let's see. 3 of them... No, I think they're really pissed at Nos. Or he's really pissed at Nos. So they're all going to turn and grab their short bows and fire at Nos. So the first one to attack is a 14 to hit.
Miss.
21.
Hit.
7 piercing, gets you in the shoulder, but you grunt against it and hold fast because you're you. Another one catches you in the other shoulder for another 7 piercing. One of them catches you in the meat of your forearm, but it passes through and doesn't do too much damage for 4 piercing. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the last one, 23 hit you? Yes,
Yeah.
21 did. That one sort of goes through the same hole. It's quite impressive for another 3 piercing.
Okay.
Small
Yeah.
Small attacks, but many. All right, now it is these creatures' turns, and they one of the knights is going to shout out to them, and they begin to sort of scurry about. Nope, not that way. There, and this one's going to scurry. 2, 3. These 2 are going to. Well, these 2 are actually just going to hide in the corner. All right.
Can I poke that child that has come within my threat range?
Oh yeah, he wasn't expecting that, and he is within your threat range. So yes, absolutely.
Cool.
Oh, excellent. Okay,
Take
great.
this child. 19.
That'll do.
It's not a real child. Don't worry.
It's not a real child.
15 slashing with, let's see. Nope, that's my turn. Not on my turn.
15 slashing. All right. Looking rough. These 2 actually disappear in a puff of smoke and reappear on the other side of the crystal, because I forgot they can do that. Helps to look at stat blocks. All right, Lefkadio, you are up.
Right. I think Nos is in a lot of trouble.
Doesn't seem great.
I am going to start off using my last spell slot and casting Synaptic Static.
Fire. All right.
I'm going to do it right in the middle here. So that's, I think, all these fellas in the middle are within 20 feet of that.
Okay, great. So the skelly boys and the commoners hiding in the pews.
Yeah.
You got it.
So it's a DC 20 intelligence save.
I was being clever, and I put the stat block screens with the buttons on one screen and the Roll20 on the other, but now I keep forgetting I've done that and trying to find them on the wrong screen. All right, intelligence saves for skelly boys with a Z. Oh, he crit, and he still failed. Okay, well, then in that case, they're all going to fail. So they all fail. The commoners, however, have a fighting chance, I think. Let's see. They do have a fighting chance. Come on. Oh. Oh, I wish I knew how to fix that. Hang on just a second, because it's for some reason it is asking me every time. Here we go. Not query advantage. Advantage toggle. There we go. All right. So that one fails. That one fails. That one fails. That one fails. They all fail. Everybody fails. Everyone gets a fail. You get a fail, and you get a fail.
They all take 31 points of psychic damage. And if they're still alive, then they take penalties on attack rolls in the future.
But these do. It's a D6 penalty, right?
Correct.
All right. I will almost certainly forget that, so I will not be offended when you need to remind me.
All right. And with my bonus action,
Mm-hmm.
I will use the final mote in my Crown of Stars.
Forgot about that damn thing.
And I'll shoot the fella that Nos
Do it.
is tangoing with.
Do it.
That is 30 to hit
That'll do.
for just 25 radiant damage.
All right. So you see this sort of psychic static flash throughout the room. The 5 skeletons just sort of get stiff and then collapse into shadow once again. The 4 huddling commoners grasp at their heads, and then as they do that, the final mote shoots and smacks the priest right in the center of the chest. It is these guards on either side of the room's turn. This poor guy is like, ugh, bless him. He's gonna get up and swing at Wampum, but he is hanging on by a thread, y'all. So he's gonna swing his longsword that isn't a longsword. Does 25 hit you?
Well, it would hit me, but he doesn't.
Oh, he doesn't have it. That's right. That's all right. All the better. He is going to... He is not going to try and get that out from underneath you. So he is, in fact, going to... I know what he's going to do. He's going to sort of do that thing that you've seen them do before and sort of slip into the shadows, and he reappears... Yes. Reappears over by this window here. And Wampum, since you're engaged with him, I'll say that you can see. He goes over there, and this window is covered by one of those blankets, and he sort of like throws aside the blanket and gets sort of between the blanket and the window, and then you can no longer see him. It's not like he's trying to hide, because very obviously he is standing there, but he is between the window and the blanket at this point.
Okay.
This one will step forward and try to swing his chain at you. Does 22 hit you? I don't think so.
No, it does not.
How about a 22? How about I rolled a 22 3 times. So
3 times and you're out.
Cool. Yes. Oh, he's for sure out real soon. All right. Bloody hell. 1, 2, 3, 4. My God, what is that?
Sorry, I was playing around with. I have daylight still coming out of the thing, but I figured the wall would
5, 6.
block
Right.
any teleporting and shadows stuff.
For that one, from where it was, he was right on the corner, so that would.
Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah. But do remind me of that, because that will matter if you step any further into the room. These 2 fun boys are going to swing their chains, which they do have, at Tazlin.
All right.
First one, now I roll an 8. Excellent.
Yes.
14.
Yes. None of them hit.
17.
Yeah, well,
17 would hit if I didn't shield it.
Okay, so you shield it, so mark that spell slot, and the other one now is going to take its attacks. Natural 20.
Hits.
That is 18 piercing, and make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Okay.
DC 14, not crazy. Oh, all right. That's what I get for saying literally anything. All right. So that one is going to the chain. One end of the chain wraps around you and restrains you, giving him advantage on his. How many was that? It's 8, 14, and 17, and now this is the next one. Okay, so he's got 2 more. So he swings the other end of that chain at you again. A 22 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. Make me another dexterity saving throw, please. But with
21?
disadvantage because you are restrained.
Yeah.
Oh, it's still at 21.
21.
So that's fine. You don't take the additional damage. He does, however, swing. Oh, that was 8 piercing damage on that hit, however, as it smacks you across the face. And the final one is a 23 to hit, and I need one more dexterity saving throw at disadvantage, as he's really trying
7.
to. That'll do. This one, as it scores across your cheek, you feel the darkness of the Shadowfell, and while you are resistant to it, it doesn't feel great as you take half of 16 necrotic, so 8 necrotic
All right.
damage as that one digs into you as well. Yeah, oh, I need to do this as well. Okay. Do I have a round counter in here? I sure don't, but I'm gonna need one. While I add that round counter, Wampum, it's your turn.
Alright, so Wampum will, since there is a new target, he'll start swinging.
Yep, absolutely.
For it's a 15, but I'll go ahead and see if that one hits.
The 15. Oh, fucking hell, it does hit.
Okay.
Literally anything else in this room except maybe the measles, it wouldn't have hit, but that one it does hit.
6 and oh, great! So
Oh, no, only
that's
18.
18 points of damage.
All right,
Second swing
do it.
is a 18.
That'll do.
4.
They're just sort of horrified at how hard you hit. 22.
That's 11. 11 is 22.
All right.
Third swing is a 31.
Yes, that hits.
4, 10.
It just looks completely shocked. I mean, it doesn't even really move. It's so shocked as you 27.
27.
Just slice through it, and this one looks about as bad as the other one did. Still standing, but just.
This time I am going to go ahead and action surge.
Okay.
So my next attack is going to be another 31.
Oh, that's gonna do it.
4, 14, and
Oh my god.
3, 17.
Yeah,
and
that
12,
one just
29.
explodes. Just gore everywhere as that one explodes in the room as your axe just goes straight through it.
And then I am going to move to here.
Just and because it's giant wampum, you're just stepping over the pews with no problem. Just like, and this poor guy doesn't see you coming. I mean, he probably hears you, but he doesn't see you coming.
A 16.
That hits.
And 7.
So that one, I don't even. I mean,
so
correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't even think you move the curtain aside. I think you just swing and.
I did. I just cut through the curtain.
Yeah, you just hear that wet splatter on the other side of the curtain. But it's it's a dark curtain, so you don't really see the blood, but you can tell it's there. And you just couple of thumps as his 2 halves fall to the ground.
My last movement, I'm going to move up 5 feet, and then this one, I'm going to yell "boo." And then it's a 30 to hit for 10 slashing.
Oh my god. Yeah, hang on just one second. I gotta figure out which one this is. Okay, here we go.
Another 10 on top of that, 20.
Alrighty.
And then I have been forgetting my 4th attack.
Oh, your bonus action. I forgot as well. Well, now's as good a time as any.
So that's a 26 to hit
That'll do.
for 10 slashing.
20. And now hold on, because the bonus action is with a different weapon, which isn't holy, but you will still have the D4.
All right, so I'll just do the D4.
Yeah.
So that's just a total of 11 damage.
Is that all? Oh, and 20 from the first hit, which I didn't put on here. Here we go. All right. Just horrified at the giant dwarf. I mean, it's just, there's not, they can't really conceive of a worse situation right now. Fantastic. Tazlin, anything else, Wampum?
Now I'm done.
Silly question. Tazlin, you are up.
Okay.
No, actually,
Yes, actually. Give it to me.
no, I used my bonus action, so no, I used my reaction. So no, I'm done.
Right, okay. I was kind of
yeah.
full there, I'm not going to lie. Go ahead, Tazlin.
So Tazlin's taking a beating. He's not feeling great now.
I bet
not. So I'm going to use Blessing of the Raven Queen as my bonus action to teleport 30 feet.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get out of dodge right here. And I'm going to walk on top of the corpse of the guy that he just splattered behind the curtain.
Okay.
And stand on that and take cover behind him. And then I'm going to cast a spell.
Okay.
And I'm going to call out really loud, I'm casting my most powerful spell!
I hate you.
And I'm going to cast a level 2 Scorching Ray.
I hate you. At what? You're behind a curtain.
Well, I'm not behind him. I'm standing on...
Oh, I see, I see.
Yeah. So that would just be silly.
Tazlin, you might have recognized that he already tried to counterspell, or he already counterspelled by counterspell.
You're right, you're right.
In case that affects your decision-making process.
That would definitely affect it. In that case, I'm going to cast a 6th level spell of Vitrolic Sphere right on top.
Why don't you make me an Intelligence Arcana check?
Okay.
Please don't roll a natural one. Okay, carry on.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to cast Vitrolic Sphere right on the centered it's a 20-foot radius, right behind the crystal so that Nos is out of the range.
Okay, because it's a 20-foot.
Yeah.
Okay.
But just enough that it would hit all of them.
Okay.
So they all have to make a dex save.
All right, let's get... Oh, I did it again. It's over here. All right, let's
And
start
it is being cast at
dex save,
6th level. Yep, and it's cast at 6th level.
Looks like one of them saved. DC 18, right?
Yep.
All right, so that's 42 or 20... Sorry, 40... Yeah, 42 or 21. Will any of them survive that? Oh, actually, this one does survive.
And then they take damage when they start their turn, or end their turn.
Why didn't that work? There we go. Okay, these guys, however, not a great situation for them. Why is that happening? Okay, great. Then the other ones are going to try theirs, which are these guys, and we need some dex saves from them as well. They're significantly better at it.
And
Two of them save and 2 of them fail. Let's go away because you're doing something weird. There we go. And you can come back. All right, and what was it? 42 and 21. All right.
Yep, and then they take 5... Sorry. I have
you're
cast
fine.
it to 6th level. Boop, 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 ba-doo. So they take 5d4 damage at the end of their next turn, whoever lived from that.
Okay.
And I regain 12 HP because I'm a necromancer, and I have the featured trait of Grim Harvest. So I get 12 HP.
Okay. All right. Anything else, Tazlin, as this sphere of acid explodes in the back corner? Oh.
How's the crystal looking?
Definitely damaged, but, like, okay.
Okay. I'll yell out, I would very likely want to not get hit again.
Okay.
And that's it. That's all
Weird
I've
flex, but okay. Okay. It is now finally these poor knights or whatever they are's turn. This one here in the corner turns to the remaining child and just without any ceremony whatsoever slits its throat and like shakes its dying body over the crystal.
Is that really necessary?
I mean, it barely was with what that poor thing had left in it. Excuse me. All right, so that one dies. I don't know why Roll20 is doing that to me. The rest of them, however, are going to do more interesting things, I think. Ooh, yeah, they are. Okay. One of them is going to... Actually, maybe a couple of them. Are going to... What? There we go. What's the range on this baby? Ooh, that's very far. All right. Range on this so one of them, this one here, sort of in the front corner, is going to point a finger at. Okay, no, not move. Point a finger. Use your words. Point a finger at. Yep, that'll do. Not quite. Okay, that's okay. We'll point a finger at Lefkadio, and a bolt of lightning is going to fire out from its finger, and I need Lefkadio Wampum.
Is it a spell?
It is a spell.
Can I counterspell it at level 5?
You can, at level 5, make me an Intelligence Arcana check.
Okay. Presumably I'm good at these. A 15?
Funny. I feel like an asshole, but yeah, do that.
Okay, I cast it.
Okay, nothing happens.
Okay, that's fair.
Sorry, it was like 10 plus spell level is a 16. Oh, he's not gonna know. Okay.
No.
I still get to make the check, right? Like the intelligence check.
Yes, so you do still make the intelligence check. That's true. Oh, hey, so something does happen. Great. All right, so that bit of lightning doesn't do shit. Thank you, Kale. This one, however, is going to do the same thing. Oh, well, he's going to step. Yep, so I need Wampum and Lefkadio.
No way.
And oh, right, Nos, you're right there.
No, I'm not. I didn't open my mouth.
I
Don't worry
need
about
everyone
that.
except for Kale to make a dexterity saving throw.
Dang it!
You know, that's fair.
That's fair.
What's the DC? I don't know. Something.
Like 5?
Middlingly.
Probably like 5.
All right, Nos succeeds. Lefkadio succeeds. Graham and dang it, Tazlin. Your Roll20 name. Tazlin and Wampum do not. So the lightning arcs from Nos and just jumps over the priest, hits Lefkadio, jumps to Wampum, jumps to who's in the corner? Tazlin. Target can blah 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 blah. Okay, that's so much damage. So Tazlin and Wampum take 40 lightning damage, and Lefkadio and Nos take 20.
Alright, so that's halved because I have Blessing of the Raven Queen giving you
Correct.
resistance. So 20 damage.
That is correct. Yes. Meanwhile, oh, they can do that too. Oh no, they can't. Wrong one. This one is going to. The one in the back corner is just going to step sort of on the body of the melting measle or child, as the case may be. And I'm going to move them off to the side so that we can see them both. Okay, and now Tazlin, they have to take more acid damage.
Yeah,
correct?
only if they failed. I don't know which
Only if they
ones
failed.
are.
Okay, I know which ones failed. Yep, go ahead.
So 5d4.
As they try frantically to wipe the
14?
Nice roll. The last bits of the acid off. 14. This one takes 14. This one takes 14. All right. And they do manage to get it off, but only one of them manages to get it off unscathed. Next up are these shrinking commoners who are not shrinking commoners. Anyway. Excellent. This one here is really quite horrified at the situation in front of it. So the first thing that's going to happen, hey, Kale, what's the radius on your light?
I will turn the thing at 60 feet.
Yeah, you can go. Yeah, you can turn the thing on for a moment. Mind.
That's for the bright, and then it's another 60 feet of dim. So I don't know if that makes a difference or not, but
We don't see that, just for everyone else's edification.
Oh,
it's
that's great. Then keep it up because that's helpful for me, and it doesn't make the whole screen look weird for everyone else.
cool.
Okay, so then this one's not going to do what it thought it was going to do. It's quite horrifying. This one is just going to pull out, because it serves its master. It's going to pull out its spear and try, bless him, try to attack Wampum. Let's see, how many times? Twice. So we get 1, 19, no, 2, 11, definitely not. And then it gets to
And
cast...
hold on. I'm going to go ahead and use a repost.
Okay, yes, please do. Mm-hmm.
A 27.
My God. Yeah.
14.
And that can, I was going to say that can be with your main weapon, so that's, 28.
28 total.
Oof. It's just like, I thought, it's my turn. Great. Well, what the hell? It'll try. It now gets to cast a spell, so it's gonna try one of these. Right, this is the one it's gonna try. Yes, this is the one it's gonna try. So I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw, I think. Where is the... Yes, a wisdom saving throw, Wampum.
23.
Wait, I don't like the way that... Sorry, roll 20, but your spell thing confuses me. You definitely make it. What I have to see is if Taslim needs to make one as well. Because this says creatures, plural, so... oh! That's so many. So, in that case... yes, Taslim and Lefkadio, actually, both of you make me wisdom saves as well, please.
Okay.
Okay.
22?
Probably Taslim. Really good.
13.
Lefkadio, you... Okay. It's next turn. You feel strangely compelled to run back towards the entrance of this chamber, Lefkadio, which you will use your movement on your turn to do.
Cool.
You can, however, take your action before you move. Just at some point during this turn, you have to make that move. Okay, great. That was weird. All right. This one is equally horrified and is going to step delicately around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 the pew and attempt to stab at Wampum again because clearly they think... I don't know what they think. All right, here we go. 19. Literally the same rolls. Cool. This one is also going to cast a spell. There's no good place for this spell. Oh, yes, there is. Wampum and Taslim, I need you guys to make me wisdom saving throws again, please.
For compulsion?
This is not compulsion. This is a different spell, but yes.
20.
Oh boy. Okay, let's see. A 22 again. Nice.
All right, so neither of you are affected by whatever the hell this thing just did. Excellent. These two are going to come down just a wee bit and go after Lefkadio. And they're going to do some stabbing. And we're going to... Where are they? Here they are. I found them. Does a 19 hit you, Lefkadio?
These fellows have to make 1d6 penalty rolls as well on their attacks.
Correct. Thank you. Nope, that's not how we do that. So does a 13 hit you, Lefkadio?
It does not.
Okay, great. That's good. Does a hold, please? Does a 17 hit you, Lefkadio?
It does not.
You are the happiest of men. We'll get to that one spell in a minute. I want to do the rest of these spears. A 15 doesn't hit you, right?
Nope.
And how about a 20?
The 20 does hit.
All right, so that's 5 piercing and 25 necrotic damage as it
Criminal.
stabs into you. Okay. Oh hell! Now the two of them need to cast some spells. All right. So what's the range on this lovely spell? I believe it's 30 feet. So they both are gonna actually cast the same spell. So I'm gonna need. Oh come on, internet! Let's go. Here we go. So I need basically everyone except for Taslin to make charisma saving throws, please. That includes you, Nos.
And no, never mind.
And Kale?
Not Kale.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I said except for...
You said except for Taz.
I did, and I actually did mean that as well. So Lefkadia, Nos, and Wampum need to make charisma saves. Nicely done, Wampum.
22.
All right, Nos.
I think I'm going to use my fanatical focus on that.
Do it.
I don't think a 14 is going to work. And that's worse.
All right, so Nos, you are baned. A
Okay.
D4 away from saves and attack rolls.
Okay.
All right. Goodness, so much going on. All of the fighting. Rah! We're in round... Y'all, 6 whole seconds have passed. It is the priest, or whatever he may be's turn. Oh, dear.
He's gonna give up and surrender because he knows what's
My God,
good for
how
him.
did you
He's,
know?
he's already shackled, so...
He is restrained from the manacles? Is that the deal? It doesn't say, but that is my assumption, so we're going to go with
Yeah.
that. We're going to call him restrained. So in that case... No, he's not going to do that. That's a shitty thing to do. In that case, he very much does not enjoy being this close to Nos. So he's going to... Let's see if that's a constant. Not that it matters, but... Yes, I think what he's going to do is he's going to sort of get his hands together and manage the component for this spell. Oh.
What are you doing? Stop that! Cut it out!
And you definitely cut off his avenue with his staff, because that thing does a not insignificant amount of damage, and he doesn't really want to swing it now that his hands are tied together. So
Cool.
instead, he's going to wiggle his fingers, and 3 more of him are going to appear around him. Kale, you can see from where you're standing that there are not, in fact, 3 more of him there. But it sure does look like there are. That will be his turn. Yeah. Next up is Kale, speaking of.
Can I see the you made illusory things? Like, can I tell, or can I just like not see anything?
Oh, no, you can see that they're there, but you can see straight through them.
Okay. And the real one is the one closest to Nos, right?
That is correct. Although they're all sort of like, they're playing that fun, like, cup game. What is that called?
Yeah.
Okay.
Card Monty or
I know what you're
whatever.
talking about, but yeah. Okay, so telling her which one's which wouldn't help because they're swapping.
I would let her roll twice on the mirror image roll, but they're moving about a bit.
Okay, and could I do that like as a free thing? Could I just shout the real one's closest to you? Or
Well, since they're constantly moving, I'll let you do
Right.
it as a bonus action. I'll let you use a bonus action to do it.
Nah, that's dumb. I mean, that's not dumb. That's totally reasonable, but it would be dumb for me to do it. Could I leap over this pew? One of these pews? If I were to run?
You could make a little athletics check and find out. Or acrobatics. I'd buy acrobatics.
Oh, I don't want to do that either.
Also stupid.
Also stupid. Yeah, Kel just like get away from those dudes, I guess. How am I gonna? I really want to go away. I'll go into this corner down here, and then let's rage on this spell that I want to cast. 60 feet. Nope. I will cast as a bonus action. Will I do that? Yes, the spiritual weapon spell, and like a comma. It's a dagger shaped like a comma. Those words will show up like right next to this person, and I'm gonna use a bonus action to hit him. I think because I can use the same.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. So that'd be a 22 to hit. And I believe it only does a D8.
A D8. Plus your spellcasting modifier, I believe.
Oh, I rolled an 8. It fell off the table, but I rolled an 8, so that would be big 13.
Hey.
Force damage. And then for my action,
The fuck? Go on.
I'm being hit by a comma. What is this?
Yes.
I will take the dodge action because I believe the most important thing I'm doing right now is concentrating on spiritual weapon or holy weapon.
That's not entirely unreasonable assumption. All right. Very good.
That's it.
All right. You have taken the dodge action. I'm gonna forget that, so I'm gonna put a little something on you. I don't know which one looks like dodge. Let's call it this one. All right.
Sure.
Excellent. Nos, you are up.
I'll go to swing my glaive like I'm swinging at the mirror-imaged pupils, but I will intentionally whiff and then do a 180 and start going for the crystal.
Yeah, I love that. What the hell is the crystal?
Oh, wow.
Here, just got it.
I got a 14 and a 13.
You are beating rather. You're hitting the crystal with the. It was a very cool move, but unfortunately the glaive slipped in your hands, and you're just sort of hitting it with the flat of the blade of the glaive a couple of times. Makes a lovely ringing sound though. It's very sonorous.
All right, I've got a half attack.
Yeah, you do.
As well.
You're like, nope, this isn't working.
21.
Now that'll do.
For 14 slashing.
All right. Well, 14 bludgeoning, right, with the haft.
Actually, no, my glaive. That's a fun fact. The glaive of wonders is it's got a large normal glaive blade on the top, but the back end actually has a small glaive or a small blade. Looks like about a dagger's length.
Very cool.
Which makes it so that she can't ever wear it like harness on her back.
Right.
She always has to be holding it.
Right.
So fun fact.
Make me a wisdom perception check, please, as you do that, if you don't mind.
Got 2?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, anything else, Nos?
Nope.
Okay, great.
She rolled a 1 with the Glaive of Wonder to set it off.
Oh, I did.
God.
I did. Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Thank you, Kale.
You're welcome.
Hang on a second.
I swore to myself this session, right before the session, I'm going to get every single one of those Glaive of Wonders.
Get it.
And he's not going to have to remind me at all. Nope.
What was the
91.
number?
91.
Oops, I grabbed the wrong. Okay. Oh, shit. I grabbed the wrong thing. If somebody,
I got
in
it.
case you've got it, I'm in
All
the
right,
wrong
91 is...
thing. As much as I love to surprise you with it, it's going to take me too long to navigate to the right page.
A burst of colorful shimmering light extends from you in a 30-foot radius.
Shit.
You and each creature in that area each creature that can see must make a DC 15 con saving throw or become blinded for 1 minute. A creature can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect on itself on a success. So a 15 con save. For everybody around me in a 30-foot anything.
50-foot anything.
27.
22.
All right. Oh, I got one more to do. So he's got a nice con save. Hey, okay. So a couple of the knights next to the two in front begin to sort of flail about, reaching out with their weapons in their hands, trying to get their bearings. Yeah. Jeez. I love it. Anything else, Nos?
Sorry, I can't control it.
I love it. All right. There are none of those left, so Lefcadio, you are up.
Right, and I am, after I act, I can't use any movement unless it's moving in that direction. Is that right?
No, you must use your full movement to move in that direction, but you can do it at any point during your turn.
Okay, so I can't juke one way and go the other way. I have to use all of my movement. Okay.
I'm gonna double check the spell, but yes, I believe that is what it is. On a failed save, use as much of its movement as possible to move in that direction on its next turn. It can take its action before it moves.
Great. All right. Well, then I will take my action, and this fella right here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. Oh wait. Since I have to use my action, I will take the disengage action
Okay. Yes, because you can proc attacks of opportunity with that movement. Although you don't have to move into obviously deadly hazards, but you will provoke attacks of opportunity.
I have 40 feet of movement, and I will use all of that. And I do have a bonus action. So with my bonus action, I'm gonna heal someone.
All right.
Who's
Like
the lucky...
yourself.
I was gonna say, is that someone you? Is that someone named Lefkadio?
Should probably be you.
Yeah, probably.
Twen-
I guess.
20? Yes, I think it probably should be.
Yeah, I'll use my healing light on myself and end my turn.
All right. You do that, and we move on to these two that you've run towards, who are now going to attempt to undo the healing which you have done. We'll see how successful they are. Who are they? What are they? This was the terrible choice to make them fake tokens, because now I don't know what anything is.
They had the spiky chains.
Yeah, I just found it. All right, here we go. So they're going to spiky on Lefkadio. Hey, you rolled at least one max die in there. Spiky chain number 1 definitely doesn't hit you. Spiky chain number 2 definitely also does not hit you. Definitely. Okay, wow. All right, so that one is just, I don't even know. It gets tripped up in its chain. It was letting too much of it hang loose, and it sort of stumbled. All right, the other one's going to swing in a couple times, and that'll make up for it. That's a natural 20 for 19 piercing damage, and make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
So I am
dear.
going to use my Tomb of Levistus.
Oh, that's really smart.
So once per short rest, as a reaction, when I take damage, I can entomb myself in ice, which gives me temporary hit points equaling 130.
Okay. Great. So,
Do I still need to make a save, though? What was that other save?
dexterity.
Dex. 20.
What? No, you're incapacitated. You automatically fail dex saves.
Well, so it was. I don't know if the save happens before.
No,
I'm
so
in ice or
as I
not,
recall, the Tomb of Levistus absorbs the instigating damage as well. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay, so don't worry about it.
Okay.
Yeah, so that first one hits you, and the tomb springs up. Lefkadio, have you ever done this before?
In game, yes.
Okay, in front of your compatriots is what I was asking. Okay, so they've seen this before, but you are suddenly encased, and you can't see this, but this poor Shadowkai is like, what have we gotten ourselves into? All right, so for what it's worth, that's 19 piercing, and he was planning on using his effect to try and restrain you, so he's not going to do additional necrotic damage to the ice this time. However, he does have 2 more attacks, which he's going to try and take because he's determined to break the damn ice. I mean, this is interesting. What's the ice's AC? Question mark?
I guess it's me.
Sure, we'll go with that. That seems reasonable to me.
My AC is 18.
Okay, great. So that one misses. Not that he's actually going to make it through all this in one turn anyway, but another crit. Great, let's use it on the ice tomb. Well, for what it's worth, that one's going to do some necrotic to the ice as well. Okay, hello. Oh, good. Yes, please. Die on me. Keyboard. Excellent. Yes, connection lost. Thank you. I'm
Great.
aware.
Wonderful.
All right, well, we'll figure out what that is, but it's not going to get through 130 points of damage in the 2 of those. That's 19, 20. We're at 39, plus 46 is still only like 80, 95, something like that. All right, so just going to town on this ice, very confused about his life and what's happening. And we move on to, they're the only 2 left alive, right? Yes. We move on to Wampum.
Woohoo! I will be swinging at the one that's already damaged. That one.
Yep, that seems like a reasonable choice.
For a 15.
That does not hit this one.
Okay. I thought the 15 did hit that one before.
No, it hit the guard-looking guys.
Okay. Second attack. 28.
That will do.
4. Such shit.
Well,
that'd be 19 points of damage.
it may have been the least that you've done so far, but this one was on death's door, and that's enough to cut it in half.
All right. And then just checking to see what I might want to do here. Third attack will be on the one that's behind me there. Well, that was going to miss. That's a nat 1.
Yeah, you misjudge its height, and you get the axe caught in the back of that pew there, which I'm sure Kale loves, but whatever, it happens.
And a 28.
That'll do, and I'll take that D4 additional.
Please. A 1.
It
So
happens.
14 points of damage.
All right, so this one watches you get your axe stuck in the pew, and it sort of lets out a chuckle, and then you swing around backhand with your other axe and smack him in the face.
I also want it
Oh
to
boy.
make a DC 18 strength check.
God in heaven. That is, which one? Commoner is this one. Sorry, strength, you said?
DC 18.
That's 2.
He is now prone.
All right.
I tripped him.
You did. Yeah, you just went straight for the legs as he was busy watching your one axe in the back of the pew there. You just went straight for the legs. Does he take any additional damage?
Yeah, just 1.
Okay, well, hey, it's more than 0. All right, and on the ground he goes. Anything else, Wampum?
And that is all for me.
Plenty. Tazlin, you're up.
All right, so Tazlin is like against the wall, this, and he's gonna go, and he's gonna go 30 feet right behind Kale and cast Greater Invisibility on himself.
Great, I love it.
That's all I've got.
Okay, fantastic. It is these lovely folks' turn. Give me a second. Let's see. So it is the knight's turn behind us all. These two are blind, and they save at the end of the turn. Is that correct, Nos?
True.
Okay, fantastic. So I think the two of them are really not going to do a ton, if I'm honest, because they they can't cast a spell if they can't see their target. So I think they're going to frantically try and fix their eyes, and then they make what kind of saves? Sorry.
Constitution 15.
Constitution. Ugh. All right, well, one of them regains its sight. We'll say it was this one up here. The other one, however, is still quite concernedly blind. This one, let's see. This one in this back corner can see you quite clearly, Nas. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw, please. As it points a finger at you. Nicely done! As it points a finger at you, but you only take 39 necrotic damage as the blast strikes you.
Only take 39.
I mean, it could have been 79.
Okay. All right.
This one...
Wow.
What's the range on that?
Well, that was necrotic. She looks kind of withered. Like, she looks old for a second.
Yeah, it's 60 feet. Let's see what we got. Oh, we can make that work. All right, and a similar beam comes out from this one's outstretched finger and heads towards you, Wampum. Make me a Constitution saving throw as well, please.
27.
That'll do. So that is only 26 necrotic damage for you.
Okay.
Those two are, well, one of them's still blind, the other one is done. It is these folks' turn. This one is prone and very upset about it. Gonna spend half its move to stand and try and pokey with the spear because, that's been going so very well. Pokey 1, nope. Pokey 2, nope. Cast a spell, doesn't have much left. Doesn't actually have anything useful left. It's gonna cast Arcane Eye. Gonna weep softly as it knows its end is coming. These two, let's see. This one is going to come over towards Lefcadio. This one's going to come over towards Nos. And they're going to do some pokies as well.
I think I can...
Oh, yes, you can. You have not used a reaction
back.
this turn. Yep. Go ahead and poke back.
26.
That'll do.
Cool. 19 slashing.
Nicely done.
They can. They're still under the effects of the synaptic static, but they can at the end of each turn.
Oh, great. What's intelligence save, right? They don't
Yes.
have much of a chance. I'll do it now for last turn, but...
Oh, you know what's up? I'm also baned.
Oh, yes, but at 26, you would have been fine.
Okay.
16 doesn't save.
Nope.
21 does. So
Yes.
let's see. 1, 2, 3, it's the one on you, Lefkadio. 4, 5, 6, it's the one on Nos. Okay, so it's the one on Nos. So, a 13 does not hit you, Lefkadio, I assume.
Nope.
Second attack is an 11. That's not going to hit regardless. Nos, the one on you, is 12, doesn't hit you. Does 19 hit you?
It does.
All right, that is 7 piercing and 28 necrotic for a total of 35 damage.
How many piercings?
7.
And then how many
Alright.
necrotics?
28.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right. They also have no useful spells left to cast. So that is the end of them. You all hear almost similar to the roar that you heard, that all of you except for Nos, heard outside this sanctuary. You hear again coming from outside of this temple, but this time it is not far away. It is very, very close, and the earth itself seems to rumble, and the windows clatter. Nos, you do hear this one. It is very difficult not to hear, and it is an horrifying, almost unearthly shriek roar coming from somewhere very close outside of these windows. Let me have everybody really quickly to see if any of you can place it. Make me, I'll take either intelligence history or intelligence nature checks.
I didn't see the history check.
Shocker.
15 for Lefkadio.
All right. Wampum got a
14
16.
for Tazler.
We're 14, 15, 16. I love it. How about you, Kale?
31.
Kale, as we... the things that you catalog in your brain, Kale... we zoom in on Kale, and we see his face just drop as he hears this roar. It sounds so very familiar, and it takes Kale only a brief moment to remember the sound of Narenvain, the shadow dragon that you all met so long ago. Its distinctive dark call coming from just outside the windows of the Sanctuary of Spirit Soaring. And that is where we are going to finish this week. And I have terrible news for all of you. You have to wait 2 weeks before you find out what happens. Yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out. Whoa, things got real very quickly here. Shadow Dragon with a grudge. Yes, exactly. I love it. Next week we will not be here with you all, though we will miss you all terribly. Several of us are going to be at Gen Con, so again, reach out to us if you're going to be at Gen Con and let us know, because we'd love to say hi. The week after that, we will be back, so that's what, the 12th, right? Am I got my dates right?
11th.
The 11th, thank you. The 11th, we will be back, same time, same place. The 18th, we will be back, same time, same place. The 18th is my final game with the Half-Rate Heroes. So in those 2 sessions, we will be wrapping up whatever portion of this epic story we have left. So don't miss it. Tell your friends. Come hang out for those. I know for those last two sessions with me here. And it'll all be very exciting. But next week, no show, because we'll be Gen Conning it up. That's the name of the place. All right, let's go around. Let everybody know who you are, where they can find you on social media if that is of interest to you, and also one of your preferred moments from this evening. Let's go in reverse order, which means let's start with Graham, who just came back.
Hi, I'm Graham, and I just came back. You won't see me 2 weeks from now because I will be at a wedding. But hopefully none of us die. Chazzy, I will be, if anyone looks close to death and this dragon is causing shiz, I will be grabbing as many of my buddies and planar shifting out. So, please don't kill me, or at least try not to. I get it. But I won't be here. You can text me if you need me. Call me, beat me if you want to reach me. You can find me on Fridays at the Tales of Valeria at Twitch TV from 8 to 10:30 on Fridays, or you can find me here, or you can find me on Twitter. I don't know my Twitter, but you can probably find me there. And my favorite part of today was probably you having Wampum use the potion I bought for him like 20 sessions ago.
I muted really good. Speaking of Wampum, John.
Hey guys, I am John. I am playing Wampum Thunderbelly, your battle master. Best thing, you know what? I do like being big. Especially when I can just walk over pews.
I love Big Wampum. I do. We got to get him a potion of giant size from the Storm King's Thunder module somehow.
And this is about the only place you can find me at the moment. So please come back and see us in 2 weeks, and we'll see what type of damage we can do.
I love it. Plenty, if history is anything to show. Very good, Casey.
I'm Casey KCH on social media. You can go to my Twitter at KCH to see where I will be, who I'm being, and when. I will see everybody at Gen Con, so that'll be fun. And one of my many favorite parts. Let's see. Oh, I have a list as usual. And the one I will choose today is really liked your description, DM, at the very beginning of everything. Just your ability to act out the lady in the silver cage. The blurring of the faces was super cool. And also, I might add that the reason why we initially couldn't see through the illusions in the chapel room was also super cool, that they were wearing their same clothes that they put on over themselves. I love that attention to detail. It's wonderful and amazing.
It was. I sort of love being able to throw enemies at you guys that know you now. Like, you've been after whoever these Shadowkai are for a while. They know about you and you know about them. Obviously, you faced Narenvain a while ago, so it's fun to be able to do things like that. So, they obviously don't know everything about you guys, but they're able, they know that they've seen invisible folks before.
Head, yeah.
Right, and you've seen invisible folks before, so they're able to try and do little things like that, which is super fun for me.
Love
a lot of lower level campaigns, it's hard to do that stuff.
Exactly, that's what I love about the tier 2 stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. Vinny.
Hi, Vinny. I play Killer Ryan. I exist on social media in a bunch of places. If you ever see someone named Scuzzery or Scuzz somewhere, it's probably me. I liked that you brought back Narenvain. That's great. So great. I'm going to go ahead and practice rolling Divine Intervention for the next 2 weeks.
Oh, God.
Because I feel like that's the only way we're getting out of this one.
Could be worse. I could have brought in the Ghost King. Hey, let's go to Carl.
Hi, I'm Carl. I was playing Lafcadio Whitehorn. I also play Pilia de Wintero. That's Tuesdays on this very channel with Casey. However, we will not be playing next Tuesday because Gen Con, and we won't be playing the following Tuesday because other reasons. So there will be a dearth of programming on this channel for the next amount of days. But we'll be back, and I do look forward to seeing anyone out there at Gen Con. If you see me or Casey, we will be passing out treats. But we don't have a lot, so find us early. My favorite part from tonight was the pun train that developed in chat not too long ago.
Oh, that was so friggin' funny.
You ladies give us energy and life, and we appreciate you coming out every week. And I will turn it over to Eugenio.
All monsters. I am Eugenio, also known as your friendly neighborhood dungeon master, DM Jazzy Hands. You can follow me on Twitter at DM Jazzy Hands. Most of you do. I am the dungeon master for the Actual Play podcast, The Last Refuge. Next week, we're releasing a little bonusy episode on our regular time on Wednesday. Then we take a couple weeks hiatus, and on August 21st, God's willing, we will release the first episode of Season 5, which, for those of you who haven't had a chance to listen to 104 back episodes, is a good place to jump into the story. We're going to do our best to, it'll be the same characters and same continuity, but we're going to do our best to make it a reasonable place for new listeners to jump in. So that's that. Where else can you find me? You can find me tomorrow night on Variant Roles at 8 p.m. playing a game in Ravnica. I don't have a game on Greyhawk Channel tomorrow. 3 of my 4 players are out, and as much as I love a one-on-one game, we will not be doing that. Let's see. You will not find me on Friday on Encounter Roleplay, because I'll be at Gen Con. You will not find me here next Sunday, because I'll be at Gen Con. Also, as I mentioned, I've got 2 more sessions with these folks, and then I head out to do a gig in my other life as a musical theater actor and music director. So I'm going to be taking a step back from streaming for much of the fall. So catch me while you can. Once we hit about August 19th, I will be away at theater work for a couple of months. We'll still be doing The Last Refuge. We'll be releasing episodes there, but live play, video streaming, I'm going to take a step back for a few months. So catch me while you can. And as Casey and Carl said, I'm going to be at Gen Con. Please come find me. I will hopefully have Last Refuge stuff. I hope that it comes in on time this week. It's supposed to arrive tomorrow. So yeah, I should hopefully have some stuff also to give out. So find me, and that'll be super fun. Is that it? Yes. Thanks, everybody. Thank you for being here. We will miss you next week, but we will see you in 2 weeks for the penultimate session of my time with the Half-Rate Heroes. And until then, goodbye. Happy gaming, y'all.
Bye, y'all.